Back to my channel, everyone. This is a fairly new zucchini. It's a straight neck heirloom squash, to be exact. And yes, we've had some rain here, but as soon as I went to fix it up, it literally came right out of the ground, like out of the pot. Let me show you what I found, because I've made a mistake before and pulled one out early. Do you see right there? And I couldn't pull it out because it ended up just pulling the whole plant out. But there it is. There is the dreaded worm. I'm not really sure if you can see it. See if I can get this sucker out. It just ruined a whole plant. And this is in a pot. Bingo. This is our culprit right here that destroys all of our squash and zucchini plants. And this is in a red pot. Thank God I have another one started. But I thought last time I ripped one out prematurely, thinking it had the worm in it, because it was very droopy. And when it got cut open by Jay and I, it was just waterlogged from all the storms. This time, and you can see, this is an overall pretty healthy plant. And I couldn't just get this out. I didn't have a knife handy. And it ripped the entire plant right up out of the pot. So that's astonishing to me, because I specifically tried this experiment to see if a squash would do better in the bucket than in the ground. And there's the culprit. This is the squash vorn bug, worm, that's what they call it. And there it is, that dirty sucker. So I guess it's hit or miss. Rachel from that 1870s homestead wraps the bottom of her plants with, let me think 1 second. She wraps her plants in sports tape. You know, the kind that's kind of stretchy. She wraps the bottom of the stem. Right there's the stem, so that they can't get in there. And her plants are doing great this year. I am a subscriber of her channel. Again, that's the 1870s homestead. You can go over and take a look at her squashes, and she uses, like, I think it's an athletic tape, and it's flexible. So here is our critter. And you know what? No different being in the ground or being in a pot. So this is why I say have some backup plants, because this is not even about 2 weeks old. And that fast, I started to see some droopy leaves. And yeah, I cut the leaves off. And that's when I noticed that the root was soggy. I also mulched in here. So it's just astonishing to me how this would get into the pot. So I don't claim to be a genius when it comes to these types of things, but if you can explain to me, is it like a butterfly that drops it on there? Or, because I've checked the underneath of the leaves, there was no eggs, there was nothing like that, because how does it get into a pot? So needless to say, I have a baby in there, and I do have a backup plant. But yeah, this is it. I finally was able to get one out to be able to show new gardeners, old gardeners. There is our culprit. This is the zucchini squash bad guy right there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this sucker, but he's definitely going to die. But I thought I would turn on the camera and show you. And now I guess I will dig down deep, amend the soil, make sure everything's okay there, and try to put another plant in, because my seedling is a little young yet. So there's my video today. The terrible squash worm, squash vorn worm, however y'all say it. I can't even believe that I got into a brand new plant. This was a purchase plant too, by the way. A purchase plant about 2 weeks ago. Potted it in there, looked fantastic. I actually have another one in the blue pot on the other side. This is the red one, and I'm just astonished that it actually even got into a pot. So there it is. There is the sucker that eats the plant from the inside out. And I am going to try to, let me see. Bear with me a second. I was trying to get a picture for Instagram of this bugger. So yeah, I don't know. I should stick it in that light over there, the zapper. But I can't get my fingers in there. Anyway, that's my video for the day. If the stems are soggy, just check. You'll see like a scraping type of mark, and it was definitely in there. If I had chickens, this would be a gourmet treat for them. So unfortunately, that's what we deal with. So it's athletic tape. That's the flexible type that you can wrap around. That is what Rachel from that 1870s homestead uses. And now I have to find some, because I am wrapping all the stems to my plants from here on out as a gardener, including next year. Athletic tape, I think hers was like pinkish purple, and it just stretches. So there's my video, y'all. I just dropped it, and now I'm gonna hunt for that sucker. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.